Welcome back to the Ascension Series. Story time with Dime, shall we? I've been sitting here for a couple of minutes figuring out like what do I really want to say today because the energy is off the fucking charts. We've got Mercury retrograde up until the 24th. We're in eclipse season. We've got a lot of big things. There's a lot of big hype about that. I want to debunk a little bit of that, but also I want to talk about how to arrive in your highest timeline with the energy that's available right now and feeling a lot of emotion when I go into this. You guys know I've been through a whirlwind over the last like 5, 6 weeks. And as I've been moving through that transition, more and more information about why the transition happened has been surfacing, which is super cringy, super uncomfortable. So I've been doing a lot of like internal what's going on with me, what is reflecting for me, how do I level up? But in the same sense, it's like when old energy leaves or old beliefs that you've been holding on to leave, everything shifts in the most magical way. And it's sort of what I want to talk about a little bit is cutting cords, letting go of stories, letting go of people, places, things that aren't serving you, that are holding you back. And I had this really beautiful conversation with my partner this morning, Corey, which sort of like led me to like, yeah, I think it's time to like really talk about courage and what it looks like to move through the obstacles or the challenges in front of us in order to really truly stand in your light, in your power, in your purpose. And so I started reflecting on like, what are the things that we really, really want, right? So I'm going to start with this piece here. A long time ago, in one of my meditations, one of the statements that came through in my downloads was, your mind cannot conceive the impossible. Your mind can only conceive what you are willing and ready to receive. Now, your ego, oh, that can do all kinds of tricks on you. That can like go into the mansion, the yacht, the money, the things, right? That's not what you're conceiving. That's an external desire. What you're conceiving within yourself is the knowing, the trust that you are here for greatness. And the three things I see people want all the time are love, divine purpose, and usually money or healthy body image. Those kind of go hand in hand with like the equal of what people want. I'm going to put money aside because that's just the aftermath of your happiness. So we're going to talk about how to arrive into all of that flourishing energy. So when I go back to that statement of your mind cannot conceive the impossible, if you can conceive it, you can receive it. I really want you to take that to heart. As we move through this journey, we're going to get inspired action. We're going to get these visions. We're going to get these aches. We're going to get these desires that are your birthright. It's what you came here to do. And I wish for the love of fucking God, even though I don't believe in God, that someone would have sat me down at a very young age and said, you're here to experience this. You're here to experience fulfilling love. You came here to do that. You came here to experience the ultimate freedom. You came here to experience divine purpose. You came here to change lives. It's going to happen. Stop stressing out. And I know a lot of you, we've been getting a huge influx of emails because I keep seeing 200 of you. And I've been sharing that in the private groups that we do. And then a little bit in here, I think. I don't really know what I say, where I say it, but there's 200 faces, 200 names. I know who the fuck you are. You know who the fuck you are. And over the last week, you've been reaching out and you've been aligning with our crew, our squad here. You've been aligning with your family that you've been aching for, that starseed family, that soul family, and joining hands and moving through these obstacles together. I'm really proud of you. So stay, like, really own that, really own the courage it takes to be brave enough to invest into yourself with your time, your finances, your heart, and your mindset. That's the biggest piece there. So we've got this big wave of change happening. And it's so funny. I keep seeing people, not a lot, but a few comments like, oh, you've been saying this for a while. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like, thanks for the tip. Yeah, we are in massive transformative times, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as we move through it. So I'm going to keep saying it, get it through your head, and do something about it. This is big energy right now. And that's the whole point of 2024 is like learning courage and learning your authenticity and learning your power and learning your voice and learning your purpose and learning to receive and align with the things that you came here for. You didn't come here to get stuck in the mud for your whole life and question yourself. We start off that way, super awesome. And my motto with that is like, whatever you endure, whatever you move through, you're meant to light the path for others. And that's part of divine purpose. So whatever you've conquered up until now or mastered up until now, start shining the light on how the fuck you did it and start sharing it with the world, because there's so many people waiting for that. So let's go back to that previous meditation. Your mind cannot conceive the impossible. If you can conceive it, you can receive it. These are the two things that have given me the gateway of freedom that I have now. So it starts with these two tattoos right here. So this is a long time ago, these two, imagination and freedom. Your imagination is your gateway to freedom. And your imagination isn't about creating the vision board. It isn't about putting a bunch of cut out pictures and words together and slamming them on a piece of Bristol board and putting it up on your wall and being like that. It's about what you feel, what you ache for. You don't ache for a mansion. You don't ache for a fucking yacht. You don't ache for money. You ache for safety. You ache for exchanging love. You ache to have the love you are, the big giant heart that you are, the way you love being reciprocated equally back to you. You ache to help people master what you've mastered. You ache to change the world. That's what you ache for. So when we use our imagination to conceive a vision, a feeling attached to those aches, that's going to align you with the next inspired action to arrive there. So, what are the stepping stones to doing this? Number one, and this is where I see so many people fail, is when you're trying too hard. Like I promise you, if you're trying to find your voice and you're trying, there's so many times that I sat in front of this fucking video camera and I was like, who do I want to be perceived as? Like, what's my actual message? Like, what do I do? Like, it was so nerve wracking and cringy in the beginning. But it was like, who really truly do I desire to be first and foremost? That's your first task. Who do you desire to be? And this is a conversation I had with Corey this morning. This man is stepping into greatness. Oh, so good. Stepping into massive, powerful greatness and taking his time with it, but discovering what is holding him back and who he desires to be. And it's a conversation that we have with a lot of our students here. You have to look at what was the perception of that little child within you? So when you were a kid, and I know I harp this, but when you were a kid, who told you to be who you are? Who told you? Who the fuck told you to stay small? Who the fuck told you that your voice is not worthy? Who told you that nurturing wasn't your birthright? Who held you back? Who made you feel small? Who made you feel hurt? Who made you feel ignored? That's not the story that you have to hold on to anymore. And that deep healing doesn't have to hurt, by the way. There's so many techniques out there that like hold space for it and you relive it. And, don't. It doesn't have to hurt. That's what we've mastered here through Divine Alignment, the program. We're not going to let you feel that pain anymore. We're going to help you immediately restructure the way your body held onto it, the way your subconscious held onto it. And that's your task right now. I want you to decide, who do I desire to be? Because guess what? You can be whoever the fuck you want. You can be funny. You can be intelligent. You can be powerful. You can be loud. You can be quiet. You can be soft. You can be nurturing. You can stand in courage. You can stand in, this is who the fuck I am. And people are going to receive that. The highest vibration, besides the vibration of creation. So the vibration of creation is actually the vibration of acceptance. It's not unconditional love. Acceptance equals unconditional love. No, as a human, you do not have to offer unconditional love. That's lack of boundaries. It's acceptance. You are where you are. It is what it is. I do not have to receive it, or I get to receive it. That's it. I don't have to partake in it. I don't have to acknowledge it. I don't have to anything for it. It's neutrality, acceptance. That's the highest possible vibration. The vibration right under that when it comes to our human experience is the vibration of authenticity. Who do you desire to truly be? If you are trying to be someone else, if you are trying to be powerful, if you are trying to be oh so woke as fuck, you're not going to be received on the level that you are truly meant to be received. So we've got to think about not faking it till you make it, but discovering how you want to integrate those qualities of other things, other people, other places, like the high vibrations that serve you, you get to play. It's a playground. So you get to start to integrate those by practicing and letting go of. So that's step one, becoming authentic. If you don't become authentic, you're not going anywhere. Like it's not going to happen to the level that you want it to happen. That's why assholes can have everything that they want because they're just truly themselves. They're like, I don't care, this is who I am, right? But it's works the same for those that are standing in their pure energy, their pure light. So in order to become authentic, you've got to look at what's holding me back from that. It's always going to be courage, my love. We do not have self-worth issues. We know we're worthy. We have a lack of courage. And so we've got to look at how can I be brave enough to explore putting myself on display? How can I be brave enough to say who I am is perfect and enough and begin to put that on display without being like, fuck you if you don't like it. Nah, 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 nah. It's not about that. That's not authentic either. That's reactionary. So it's taking the reactionary out of the equation and being, this is who I am and I love and I honor it. And if you love and honor it, then you made the team. And if you don't, bye. That's it. It doesn't have to be reactionary. We want to look at what can we let go of? What can we be brave enough to examine within ourselves? And there's going to be everything is a reflection of you, every fucking thing, from your financial flow to the people in your life to what you see when you're scrolling social media. That's a reflection of you. That's a reflection of something that wants to be addressed within you. So you want to look at the world around you and be like, what is being showcased to me? I remember going through a phase in my life where I was like, there's so much drama spinning around me, but none of it's mine. I'm just like in the eye of the tornado, like watching all this drama happen and it's endless. And I'm standing here like, what the actual? Like, and then I realized that was the inner child within me, the little girl that was surrounded by endless chaos. None of it was hers. She was on the receiving end of a lot of it, but none of it was hers. And it was representing like the world doesn't have to be scary. That was the belief that wanted to be healed within me. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be abuse. It doesn't have to hurt. You can actually stand safely, fully in beauty and ease and all of those things. That was a big piece of like my 20s, I guess. Um, and that's the thing we want to discover, like what's asking to be healed. And it can be anything. Corey just had some car issues the other day, pretty scary car issues, actually. And I was like, what's not reflecting? And his first answer was, well, my car is a piece of shit. And I was like, but. And through a very small conversation, he had his like, oh, whoa. And now he knows what to do with it. That's how we want to navigate. We want to look at what is being offered through the law of correspondence or the principle of correspondence, meaning your reflection. Then you got to do that dive. If you don't heal the subconscious beliefs that are holding you back, the beliefs that say it's not safe for me to be seen, my longest life, it's not safe for me to be seen. It's not safe for me to be heard. What I have to say, it has no value. Sit down, be pretty. That was a long one. That's a lot for a lot of people. Money's hard. You have to work really hard for money. You have to save really hard for money. Food makes me fat. Lazy people are never going to be received and loved. That was one of mine. Like anything, like there's so many things that we want to look at. What is the story that's holding me back from standing in my power? Like that is really, truly what you want to examine right now. And then you want to be brave enough to step out of that story and rewrite that story. And that's what the inner child healing piece is, right? So if you haven't done it yet, you can do the $27 inner child program. But I mean, honestly, I truly recommend the Fully Awaken and Ascend program because it's got the inner child stuff in there. And then it's going to teach you the quantum entanglement, the power 369, and all the things you need to know. So it's going to take you so much further. But you can start with, where do I have a lack of freedom? Where am I afraid to show myself? Am I being truly authentic? If you're making social media posts, go and watch them. Go watch yourself and see, is that really who I am? Is that really truly how I want to be seen by the world? If you're, I don't really watch mine anymore, but I used to, let me tell you, and I cringed and then I do. Eventually, you'll just find your way and you'll be accepted for you. You will get there. But we want to figure out what's holding you back from being truly, truly yourself and truly authentic. And then we want to look at courage, and then we want to move forward. Imagination being the gateway to freedom. It is amazing to sit and create within your imagination. Every time that I used to go on a drive, I would be role playing how I'd be talking to clients. I'd be role playing messages that I wanted to share all the time. And eventually that became my life, where I was like, oh, fuck, I'm doing this all day. This is amazing. And then it kept growing and growing and growing. So I want you to start to visualize with that ache being fulfilled. So what's the ache? Is it the ache to have your love equally exchanged? Is it the ache of divine purpose? Is it the ache of just feeling the pressure off your shoulders? Because that's a huge one too. What is it that you're aching for, and what's being reflected to you? Can you be brave enough to play with fulfilling that ache? Can you be brave enough to look at, where in my past have I embodied a belief that's been holding me back from fulfilling that ache? And that's going to sort of set you free. And then you're going to use your imagination to visualize that ache being fulfilled. What does it look like? So when I was pulling in Corey, he was going through the same thing, ironically, not ironically, whatever. When I was aching for, okay, I'm ready to have roots. I've moved my whole life. I want to have a home. I want a sense of family. I want that true connection, that true deep love. So I started imagining, what would it look like walking out of my office and having him there? What would it look like waking up in the morning and smelling coffee in the house because he was already having his coffee? Like, what did that look like? What did that feel like for me? I started envisioning, what would it look like to cook meals together? What music would we listen to? I made a fucking playlist, and then I would play it when I started cooking, knowing that he was coming in. I started looking at, what kind of affection do I desire to receive? I wanted forehead kisses. I get them all the time. What did it feel like? What did he smell like? Like, what did it feel like when I was hugging and holding him or being held by him? I started playing with the day to day things, not the grandiose wedding day vision or the career vision of being on a stage signing your autograph. I started with the small things. What does it feel like waking up and experiencing that throughout the day? And I use my imagination to play with that and create that. There's 5 steps to creation that I teach in Fully Awaken and Ascend, the program. You guys know this. The belief creates an emotion. So your subconscious belief creates an emotion that creates a perception that creates, or sorry, it creates an emotion that creates a frequency that's radiating. That's how you perceive the world. That's how you receive the world. There is action items in that as well. And one of those action items is taking only 5% action towards your desired fulfillment. So with Corey, it was making a playlist and playing that while I was cooking. It was thinking about, what nickname would I call him? What would our banter look like? What would it feel like to laugh every day? And then I started actively pursuing those things to become the vibration I desired to receive. And I conceived this very well, let me tell you. And then when he came in, it was like, holy shit, this is exactly what I thought it would be. And then it just keeps getting better and better and better. The same thing with divine purpose. I started just simply working as a mentor, and I had no idea that I'd be sitting in this seat and that we'd be global and that I would have an entire squad of mentors under me. Never thought that I would be hosting work retreats. Like, I just got back from one. We went to Prince Edward Island. So it's the east coast of Canada, with 7 of my top mentors and a few other teammates, and finished an entire work retreat. And it was the most beautiful experience to sit there and watch 7 people really talking and sharing about how they want to be of service and what they would do and what they're going to do. And then they came up with this plan to offer. If you got the newsletter, you know it's already in there. We like, oh, let's put it in the newsletter. So all of them have opened up 4 slots each for a free 30-minute divine alignment session to help you to look at what's right on the top. What is the thing that you want to conquer first, to give you direction and support you through finding out what that belief is and how to rewrite it. Like, are you kidding me? I get to work with people like this. Like, no one on my team has a strong desire to be important. They have the desire to be of service. This is who I'm surrounded by. Like, fucking pinch me. Are you kidding? And so that's sort of like, the last couple of days, I got home last night, slept for 12 hours, and here I am. And over that drive home, it took me 2 days to get home. It was like, is this real? Like, I couldn't, in my wildest dreams, have envisioned that this is where I would be sitting and that I would be so fulfilled with the most amazing souls beside me and that we'd be changing lives across the globe. All I knew is I don't want people to do it the hard way like I did. I don't want them to do that. I don't want you to feel my pain. And so I started with that. I started with just envisioning helping someone who is standing in the shoes I used to be in and going, this is the path. Like, don't go that way. It's this way, babe. That's all you have to do. You just have to start with the onset. Use your imagination to create that freedom vibration within you, that knowing. And then if you know the Power 369, if you've already done Fully Wake and Ascend, a little hint, what was is what will be through the Power 369. So how you perceive what was will be your next moment. So if I perceived in every moment, I know I'm supporting lives, then that was going to be my next moment. If in every moment I instead perceived, who am I to be seen by the world, then that would be my next moment. So it's always what was is what will be, moment to moment to moment to moment. You can't unmanifest. You can't misalign. You can't fucking get it wrong. You can pause. You can pause the greatness coming in, but that's all you're doing is pausing it. You're human. You're going to have these ups and downs. You're going to have the principle of rhythm slap you in the face, and you're going to have a total crash down, and then you're going to rise back up again. That's okay. That's part of the journey. That's part of mastering staying in high vibration. We all go through that lesson. So you're not undoing anything. You just, for the majority of your thought, want to focus on what fulfills me moment to moment to moment to moment. And that's going to be your very next moment and your very next moment and your very next moment. So I want you to do a little bit of homework with this video. I want you to look at your reflection in the world. What is that showing you? What within you, within your subconscious, what wants to be transmuted? What energy, what belief, what story wants to be changed? You're going to look at that and you're going to dive in. Then you're going to decide just today, and you can change it whenever you want. Who do I really desire to be in the world? How do I desire to be perceived? What do I desire to share? You don't have to have all the answers. Just start with one thing. I want it to be known first and foremost from my heart. I have the biggest fucking heart. It's too big sometimes. Let me tell you, I get burned. But really, when I look at the overall, it's like if I help thousands of people and one person burns me, it's a very small percentage. But I have a huge heart. And I wanted to be known for that first and foremost. Then I got brave enough to demonstrate my quirkiness because I'm super quirky and awkward. Then I got brave enough to demonstrate my sense of humor. You guys have seen the unicorn videos. I think it's friggin' so much fun. Then I got brave enough to display my spicy. And I can be very spicy because I'm very passionate. So it's a gradual, never ending evolutionary process of bringing your truth to the world. So you're just going to start with a piece. And then you're going to look at what's holding me back from displaying that to the world. If you are trying, let's go back to this point. If you're trying so hard, like I used to when I first started launching this company, oh my God, I was trying so hard. I was like, okay, oh, let's get this done. And I was trying so hard to display my heart and so hard to like show who I was to the camera, to the audience, to the followers. When you are trying, you are in the vibration of striving. You are in the vibration of, I don't have, try harder. You won't align at all. So you want to dial it back and just be like, who am I today? Who am I right now? Let's put that on display. Let's put that out there. The way I see the world, the way I perceive the world, just a little piece, and then it'll keep evolving. All right. I think that's what I wanted to share. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I didn't realize, like, when I booked this work trip, I didn't realize it was going to be 6 days of like work and not here. So I'm trying to get back into my rhythm tonight. So today's the 2nd of April. And I have the last of the channeling, Activate Your Starseed channeling. That's tonight. And then we have the Dragon Code activation. Oh my God, I have to share with you my meditation. Holy shitballs. Are you getting this? Like the energy. So we've got retrograde going on. I talked about that in the month of forecast. We've got all these big, gigantic shifts happening, and everybody's putting this hype on the fucking eclipse. Like, I'm not going to make fun of. It's fine. There's a lot of big hype. Okay, this is where I'm going to go a bit spicy. So much fucking hype on this fucking eclipse. It is not like it never happens, guys. This is part of the rhythm of everything that we do. Okay. So calm the fuck down. It's an eclipse. It's not the end of the world. It's not some big, like, things are going to go destroyed. It makes me a little like cringy. There's this beautiful soul who it doesn't even matter. We're not gonna die back. Don't watch anything fear based, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to sum it up to that. If someone is like, oh my God, glitches in the matrix and no, no, it's another day. It's a stronger energy, but it's another fucking day. Your life is not going to be drastically different because you chose to watch fear shit and whatever, right? So calm the fuck down. However, having said that, the dragon code energy, the dragon realm is fucking on fire right now. That's been coming through all of March and into April in the galactic ambassadors that I do, the channeling. And so I'm doing the next one on the fucking eclipse because the energy is wild and we're actually doing a dragon code activation. My meditation today, I get to experience things a few days ahead as like a heads up and like what not to do with it. So I get this experience and it's like, don't do it like this, do it like this. Okay, cool. And then I get to practice. So my meditation today, I go in, it was an hour and a half of like insanity. I had these boots, like these like gold boots put on my feet, and like this gold energy that went up, like grew up my shin muscle under my knee and just strengthened my foundation. And then I have energetic wings, right? We know because of the logo. So my energy wings changed drastically and they went like, instead of being like archy, they went like out really wide. And then this fire started coming up from my feet all the way up. And as it hit my heart space, this fucking dragon, oh my God, her face just staring eye to eye. And I was like, whoa. Like at first, it just sort of jolted me. And I was like, oh, hey. And the fire in her eyes and the power in her eyes. And so I'm staring at this massive dragon and her wings, and they're matching my wings. I'm like, oh my goodness. And she's got this gold, powerful energy to her with like green fire in her eyes. And then her third eye turns bright green and she leans into me and we touch third eyes. And then it was like I was getting like electrocuted, but in the most beautiful way. It was pouring through my body and our eyes were like so close to each other. And then she did one big fire breath and then like merged into my body. And I was like vibrating. I swear I was levitating, but I don't actually know what it felt like I was. My body was vibrating. My heart was like boom, 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 boom. And then I felt this surge of, I fucking got you, move through my body like I've never felt. I fucking got you. And I know I'm unshakable most of the time. I know I'm powerful, but this energy that just surged through my body is for you. I know it's for you. I get to experience it too, but I know it's for you. It instilled in me this fierce determination. You guys know how like I've been spicy and like get shit or get off the fucking pot. Like stop bitching about what was. Stop holding on to that fucking story. Look yourself in the fucking mirror and be like, I'm ready and I'm willing because it is time. April is all about, even though we have retrograde happening, Mercury retrograde, that's self-analyzation. That's like get fucking clear, get the fucking work done, right? And then as we move into May and June, it's about merging into standing in the light and being like, this is the way. I know the way. And so I've been on this journey for a long time, like 24 fucking years professionally, a long time. And I'm those 200 faces that keep showing, but all of you as well. Stop being small. Like, stop. It is time to arrive in divine purpose. It is absolutely time. And it is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like I have this vision and I want to be on stage. And I hate that so much when they're like, I'm going to be on stage teaching self-love. If you could just get over your ego and actually just work one-on-one with people, that'd be fucking awesome. I don't know. Starts there. So anyway, a little bit of a mockery, but it's time. It's time to sit with people who are ready to walk your path. It's time to own your path. It's time to be like, this is how motherfucking far I've come. I'm not going to sit here and tell myself I'm stupid or I'm small anymore. This is what I've done. This is how I've arrived. I know how to get here. And you're going to take people as far as you fucking got, and that's it. And as you do that, you're going to continue to progress and you're going to continue to be able to help more and more and more souls. So that Dragon Code activation is going to be fucking wild. We already have a shit ton of people signed up for it. I cannot wait. I can't wait for you to experience what I just got to experience. So I'm going to be channeling the dragon realm as part of my galactic energy that I do. And then we're going to be doing an actual meditation where you're going to have that activation that I just had and that integration. Oh, and then we're going to be a whole like take flight, like come fly with us, come fucking fly with us and change the world. Like it's going to be so amazing. So there's that. And then starting April 16th, I believe, Tuesday, that's when Arriving in Divine Purpose. It's a 3-month program, the lowest price point I will ever offer it. I am not doing another one in 2024. This is the last one. So there's 3 levels of our certification program. Level 1 is you understanding what your purpose is, how to arrive in it, how to bring it to the world, and go and fucking do it. Go change lives with us, please. Go change lives. Like go take what you know and what you're meant to do here and fucking do it already. Level 2 is the beginning of the certification. Level 3 is becoming an elite mentor here. But you have to do level 1 in order to be invited to level 2 and 3, but that won't be till 2025. There's way too much happening right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I was able to offer the tools on how to get to where we are sitting. And that's what you'll see happen if you do the fucking work. If you just sit there and take the course and be like, cool, let's talk about Love and Light Online now, and it's gonna be so great, then nothing's gonna happen at all. You're gonna be sitting there in a year from now watching us fucking soar, going, oh, I probably should have done something. So it's on you. You have to be the one to do the work. You have to be the one to self-evaluate. I'll stop lecturing you now. That's all. I'm just super passionate about this. And some of the people, some of the souls who have signed up, like, fuck, you guys are cool shit. Like, oh, I think there's like 20 in their Arriving Divine Purpose. So big game changers. And this program is not for the later part. So if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know if I'm quite ready, like, I don't know, fix your indecisiveness and start to believe in yourself and sign up, or just stop contemplating it and go away. Like, it's on you if you're ready or not. Your guides are not going to be like, now's the time. Namaste. No, you are the creator of your experience. Nobody directs you. You make the choices. You make the decision if you're ready or not. You make the decision to become courageous and brave and step into something. No one else is like, hold on till tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. Your guides aren't there for that. Your guides are like extended family who are going through their own fucking journey and being like, here's what I'm going through. Let me share. And you're like, oh, here's what I'm going through. Let me share. It is a two-way street. You are their guides as much as they are your guides, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but it is an equal exchange of energy. It is an equal exchange of love. It is an equal exchange of healing. So if you're sitting there in meditations going, okay, I'd like more direction, you're failing. You're fucking failing. It is a two-way street. So you're here to offer them your perspective of what is required for humanity, and they're there to offer their perspective as what is required in their realm. And you work together, you exchange energy, you exchange wisdom, you expand together. As they ascend, you ascend. They can't ascend if you don't ascend, so you're holding them back by sitting there going, could you give me direction? Because it's all about ascension, it's all about evolution, and nothing can go ahead of the other. We have to do it in sync. So just a heads up, didn't expect that to come out of my mouth today, but here we are. If you could stop being a dumbass and start to realize that this is a co-connection and ask them, how can I be of service to you? Try it. It'll change your life. It'll change the game. And I know this because I used to be her. I used to sit there in all my meditations being like, what's next? Show me just a little snapshot of the future. Like, am I going to make it? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Am I going in the right direction? Can you send me healing? I remember when I would be like drunk and getting the spins in bed, being like, can you ground me? Like, just send me healing energy. They're like, fucking dumbass, don't drink so much. And every time I'd be like, can I have direction? They're like, it's not what this is. This is us going, what do we do together? How do we hold hands together? And I was like, oh, and I didn't realize that I was the creator of my experience and I was putting my power outside of myself. You have everything you need within you. You do not need to be reaching out to your guides and being like, next step, please. Or I really want to be teaching this. Can you help me align? No, no. How can I be of service to you? What can we do together? What can we arrive to together? How do we do this together? Let me learn you. Just learn your guides, and then you'll learn everything you need to know. Learn them. They're like your squad, your family, your tribe. Like, I don't know what word to use, but they're different versions of you. They're different versions of you. So learn them, ask them how you can be of service. They're not giving you the direction. Your ego can conquer that up. Your ego can be like, oh, okay, so I'm connecting to my guides. It's just your intuition. It's your isness in yourself being like, this is the direction. So don't put your power outside of yourself. It doesn't work like that. Unpopular opinion, probably for fourth dimensional consciousness. And if that's where you're at, where you're asking your guides for direction, you're in fourth dimensional consciousness. Fifth dimensional consciousness is when you're like, I am my guides. Oh, isn't that funny? Okay, cool, guys. What are we doing today? And you can understand each other and expand wisdom together. I'm done lecturing you. I'm just going to stop now. I'm going to go on a whole other rant if I don't stop. So, anyways, so happy to be back. I love you tremendously. Um, please help us. We have got so many things coming out. We have got a men's program coming out with two of my elite male mentors. We have got Jacqueline's program coming out very soon, which will be like a little community program for helping women arrive in understanding themselves after big transitions in life, such as divorce. We've got a ton of podcasts coming out. We've got our intimacy expert. We've got a podcast called Be a Dick. I'll wait till you. Oh, I cannot wait. We have so much happening. So please, not for me, but for my mentors, subscribe, share, invite people to follow along to their podcast. I want to do this together, and I am beyond honored and fucking proud of this squad. Like, they're amazing. They're the most powerful, incredible, genuine, authentic, real, finally, this amazing squad of real people who have walked the mud. They've walked through the mud. They know the journey very well. And now they are elite certified with us. So show them some love. Please share. Please encourage them. Show them how much love you have the way I have love for them. Invite people to follow along, subscribe to our channels. Just help them be seen by the world. And hopefully one day you'll be standing with us too, in your own fashion or on the team. Who knows? Anything's possible. All right. Seriously, I'm done for real this time. Okay. Mwah. I love you. Keep shining. Until I see you again, please go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say, thank you. I love you. All right. We'll talk soon. I really do love you.